So good evening. We are back again to talk about the Caicedo saga that keeps rumbling on. It's gone on and on and on. 1 bid rejected, 2 bids rejected, 3 bids rejected, 4 bids rejected. Will the 5th bid be successful? Probably not. But anyway, we are going to get into this because Brighton had tweeted out. We know Brighton admin is notoriously a troll and also a compulsive liar. I'll get into that in a minute. Make sure you are smashing the like button for the algorithm. Share the contents. That would be fantastic. We're still not on 19K. You're moving mad slow. But big up to everybody who has subbed. Leave your comments, super chats, all of that down below. And let me know your thoughts on this whole Caicedo saga, because listen, Chelsea have got the money to pay for it. Right? They can whack 100 million on the table, no drama, no problema. Straight away it'll be done. But they obviously don't want to pay that much money, which I find baffling in itself, actually, because Declan Rice has gone for about that sort of money. Enzo went for about that sort of money. So I kind of understand why Brighton want that sort of money. Chelsea don't want to pay it for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want to go Chelsea. I don't know. We will find out by the end of the window. The admin for Brighton has posted a picture of De Zerbi and Caicedo after a game, shaking hands and saying reunited today. Now, we've seen this lot do it before. What deal was it? There was a deal. Cucurella. Brighton admin posted out that Cucurella is not going to Chelsea. We haven't accepted a fee, blah, blah, blah. Basically, responding to Fabrizio saying that they have. So we know that they've got a history of lying and triggering people and trying to push a narrative away from the actual narrative. So it wouldn't surprise me if he does go Chelsea. It wouldn't surprise me. They will pay out the money eventually. But for me, I find this baffling that this football club, do you know what, man? The more I talk about Brighton and the more everyone lauds them up, makes out they're amazing and all of this, the more I think that I can't wait for them to get relegated. Real talk. I know that sounds stupid because they're in Europe this season. How can a football club reject 80 million quid for their footballer? They're obviously in that much of a financial position that they can say, no, you're not having him, mate. 80 million, no chance. Now, please tell me the list of honours, top flight honours, major honours that this football club has won. I'll wait. Cheers, guys. So a football club with 0 top flight major honours is in a financial position to reject 80 million quid for a footballer. Kind of sums up the state of the Premier League right there. Yeah, a club that win nothing earn over 100 odd million a year. They should end up with nothing. If you don't win anything, you should end up with nothing. Now, I know you get the TV money, cool. Yeah, but it baffles me and it winds me up because until this changes, you're going to always have clubs like that ain't interested in going for it and actually winning stuff. Like if they do sell Caicedo for near 100 mil, they ain't reinvesting that back in. They've got their budget. Their budget was their budget before McAllister left and before this guy's going to leave. So they should be adding all of that dough to the budget. And now go for it. But they won't. And they'll end up like Southampton in the next 5 years, relegated. And I will actually laugh because it's all well and good going out there and buying these gems. And everyone likes an unearthed talent. I get it. We got it with Martinelli. Nobody knew who he was. 6 million quid bargain. Yeah, he's now worth top dollar. I get it. But when your football club is solely reliant on that happening time and time and time and time again, because your owner isn't putting the money back in for reselling these players, then I'm sorry, that's a recipe for disaster. And eventually you are going to run out of finding these unearthed talents, which is what happened to Southampton. Southampton kept finding these players for cheap, sell them for 40, 50, 60, 70 mil. And eventually, they don't reinvest the money back in. They only keep to their tiny little budget and go down the same route. Everyone lords up their scouts. same as Brighton. Everyone lauds up the manager for working wonders. Everyone lauds up the owner. And eventually, it's like a deck of cards. It will come tumbling down. A house of cards. It will all come falling down. Yeah, and I don't know why people hype this up. And listen, I'm not a Chelsea fan. Far from it. But Chelsea have got into a position with an owner that invested the money, yeah, and they won major honours. Nobody can say about Chelsea, oh, yeah, well, they're trying to get top dollar for this kid and he's never kicked a ball in the first team. No, Chelsea have earned the right to do that because they win stuff. Yeah, and they've built their football club up based on going to win stuff. And what's Brighton's aim? I'll just stay in the top four, go for a top four maybe, or top six. Yeah, mid-table. They're just happy to be in the Premier League. Yeah, just some tin pot little football club, man. Yeah, I've never won a trophy. Yeah, and yeah, they play nice football, and it is good to watch. I get it. I understand it. But ultimately, surely you'd rather win in football. Oh yeah, but Lee, 10 years ago, they're in Division 2. Nobody cares. They haven't won anything. And now they're in a position, because of the Premier League, the way it's set up, they're in a position they can reject 80 million quid for a footballer. There's something fundamentally wrong with the system in the Premier League. Crazy. It is what it is. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on that. Where do you think Caicedo is going to end up? Do you think he will still be there at the start of the season and then go towards the end of the transfer window? Do you disagree with my take on Brighton? I'm sure Brighton fans are going to be crying their eyes out. Yeah, go and win a trophy and come back to me. Cheers, guys. Also, just want to finish by talking about Hudson-Odoi. The generational talents. The 1v1 demon, Matisse labelled him. 1v1 demon. Rejected 50 mil from Bayern Munich. Only, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever it may be. Went on loan to Germany, did absolutely zilch, zip, nada, nothing. Was rubbish. He's now going to Fulham. So the 1v1 demon, generational talents, rejected 50 mil, is now going to Fulham for about 4 mil. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. It must be amazing being a footballer. Right, you could be that crap and you still get a move. Somebody will buy you. You can literally be some dead, dusty baller, some meaty baller. But there's a club out there that'll pay you money. There's a club out there that'll pay the club that you're at money to buy you. And if they don't, they'll rip your contract up and you'll get a move anyway. And they will pay you. This guy Hudson-Odoi, man, I've never got the hype. Well, you can do a couple of step overs and you can run fast. No wonder FIFA kids love him. He is absolutely pony. And you've got to ask yourself this question, people, yeah? If you're a Chelsea fan watching this, especially you guys, would he get into any of the squads that have won the league? I don't think he would he? Well, there's your answer then. He's not that good. And this is how I rate Arsenal players as well. Would Martin Odegaard, for example, get in the Invincible squad? No chance. Well, on that basis alone, he ain't good enough because that is the standards. That is the standard. So the standards are so far below what they were. He ain't getting into that team. There's probably only, well, I don't think there is a single player in the squad. I don't think there is, if I'm honest. I don't think there's a single player in Arsenal's squad that would get into the event. Maybe Thomas Partey would get in the squad. I mean, Edu was in the squad. Edu was actually a very good player. But, yeah, I'm struggling. I can't lie. Struggling. Saka wouldn't have got in there. Martinelli ain't getting in there. So, yeah, maybe Partey. But do the same with your club. So, look back to when your club had standards, Chelsea, yeah, and how good they were, and the standards were up here. Now look at the team you've got. How many of them team would get in the squad of them teams that you had that were winning? Yeah, and that's how you should rate players that you're looking at now. Otherwise, the standards go lower and lower and lower and lower and lower, and then you start rating crap footballers like Hudson-Odoi. But anyway, good luck to him at Fulham. He's obviously going to be nicking a few quid out of there for playing bang average again. He'll probably score one mazy run, ping it top bins against somebody half sensible, Yeah, and everyone will go, oh, we shouldn't have got rid of him. Shouldn't have got rid of him. Yeah, your fan standards are slowly coming down. I can see it from the outside looking in, people. Raise your standards if you're Chelsea. You ain't won a league for 6 years. We're now on 20 years. Well, soon to be 20 years. So we ain't winning it again this year. So yeah, it is what it is, man. And listen, big up to everybody else tuned in. Smash the like button. Share the content. Make sure you leave your comments and super chats down below. And let me know your thoughts on Caicedo, man. Like, where's he going? Is he staying? Is he going? Is there going to be somebody else come in and try and hijack the deal? Could be Arsenal. Could be Man City. Could be anyone. Never know. You never know. Football's a funny old game. And it's a very strange one, the transfer market. It's silly season. So, yeah, it is what it is. But let me know your thoughts on that. Let me know your thoughts on Brighton. Was I too harsh, or do you actually agree? The Premier League is a disgrace for allowing a club that don't win anything to just sit there on pots of cash just because they got into the league. Make it make sense. But anyway, have a blessed afternoon. Check out the main channel. I've got a video coming out on there. And I'm going out to the pool to sun my skinny body. Have a wonderful evening. Bye, guys. Cheers, guys.